Hi everyone, welcome back to Wilde Reads. My name is Dave and a very, very warm welcome to 2018. Happy New Year everyone, and welcome to the first in a new series of monthly videos where I highlight 6 brand new books that you really should be on the lookout for this month. Roll the titles. Hi everyone and welcome back. As I said in the introduction, this is a brand new series of videos highlighting what I've been looking through the catalogues, and I've picked out 6 books that I think that you may be very interested in because we have similar tastes, right? That's why you watch this channel, because your taste is reasonably similar to mine. So I think it's a fairly safe bet that if I like these books, then you will too. And a very, very happy new year. How was your last night's celebrations? Are there a few sore heads? I can almost hear the Alka-Seltzer popping and fizzing away in a glass as you watch this video. Not sure what time of day this is going to be going out, but it will be on New Year's Day. So I don't usually post on a Monday, but I did want to post something on New Year's Day. So welcome to 2018 and 6 brand new books for you to sink your literary teeth into. I'm actually cheating a bit already because one of the books I'm going to mention is actually already out. It came out on the 28th of December, which was last Thursday, and that's Bloody January from Alan Parks. This is a brand new debut novel from Alan Parks, published by Canongate. It's not terribly big. It's brand new. It's the start of a new crime series set in 1970s Glasgow. And I'm going to read you the blurb. I haven't started this yet. I'm going to read this today. This is going to be my New Year's Day read. And gorgeous cover. Look at that. Beautiful cover. Very moody. So 2 teenagers shot dead on a busy street. A police force silenced by the wealthy. Only Detective Harry McCoy dares investigate. When a teenage boy shoots a young woman dead in the middle of a busy Glasgow street and then commits suicide, Detective Harry McCoy is sure of one thing. It wasn't a random act of violence. With his new partner in tow, McCoy uses his underworld network to lead the investigation, but soon runs up against a secret society led by Glasgow's wealthiest family, the Dunlops. McCoy's boss doesn't want him to investigate. The Dunlops seem untouchable, but McCoy has other ideas. In a helter-skelter tale winding from moneyed elite to hipster music groupies to the brutal gangs of the urban wasteland, Bloody January brings back to life the dark underbelly of 1970s Glasgow and introduces a dark and electrifying new voice in Scottish noir. That sounds absolutely brilliant. As soon as I finish filming and editing this video, I'm going to get straight into this one. This is going to be my New Year's Day read. So that's brand new in Bloody January from Alan Parks, published by Canongate. And you can get the, if you would like, there are links to buy these books in the show notes down below. Next up on the list, we have another book with an absolutely gorgeous cover. This is White Chrysanthemum by Mary, I'm going to have to pronounce this right, Resolution for 2018. Start trying to get authors' names correct. So this is by Mary Lynn Bracht. Here's the cover. This is White Chrysanthemum. This is by Shatter and Windus, and this is out on the 18th of January. Let me read you the blurb. Look out for your sister after each dive. Never forget, if you see her, you are safe. Hannah and her little sister Emmy are part of an island community of Hanenyo, women who make their living from diving deep into the sea off the southernmost tip of Korea. One day, Hannah sees a Japanese soldier heading for where Emmy is guarding the day's catch on the beach. Her mother has told her again and again never to be caught alone with one. Terrified for her sister, Hannah swims as hard as she can for the shore. So begins the story of 2 sisters suddenly and violently separated by war, switchbacking between Hannah in 1943 and Emmy as an old woman today. White Chrysanthemum takes us into a dark and devastating corner of history, but pulling us back into the light are 2 women whose love for one another is strong enough to triumph over the evils of war. So that's White Chrysanthemum. This is out from Shatter and Windus and published on the 18th of January. Next up is a book that has been doing the rounds. I've seen a lot of chatter about this book, but it is due to be with us imminently. In fact, it's being published on the, let's find out when the publication date is. This is due on the 11th of January, and this is from the brilliant Jo Cannon, who wrote The Trouble with Goats and Sheep. This is her new book, 3 Things About Elsie, and there is a couple of superb reviews on this book. One's from Charles Heathcote, which I'll link down below, and one from Simon Savidge of Savidge Reads. They've both reviewed this book. They've both been gushing about the brilliance of this book. So let's just fill you in on the blurb. There are 3 things you should know about Elsie. The first is that she's my best friend. The second is that she always knows what to say to make me feel better. And the third thing might take a little more explaining. 84-year-old Florence has fallen in her flat at Cherry Tree Home for the Elderly. As she waits to be rescued, Florence wonders if a terrible secret from her past is about to come to light. And if the charming new resident is who he claims to be, why does he look exactly like a man who died 60 years ago? So this is brand new in from Jo Cannon, 3 Things About Elsie, and due to be with us on the 11th of January. Also out on the 11th of January is a follow-up, or a second novel, from a writer that I read at the beginning of last year, and that's Barney Norris. Barney Norris's 5 Rivers Met on a Wooded Plain is a book that myself and Vicky very much enjoyed in the early part of 2017. But Barney Norris is back with a second book. This one's called Turning for Home. It's out on the 11th of January, published by Transworld. And the blurb says, "Isn't the life of any person made up out of the telling of 2 tales? After all, people live in space between the realities of their lives and the hopes they can have for them. The whole world makes more sense if you remember that everyone has had 2 lives, their real lives and their dreams. Both stories only a tape's breadth away apart from each other, impossibly divided, indivisibly close. Every year, Robert's family come together at an old rambling house to celebrate his birthday. Aunts, uncles, distant cousins. It has been a milestone in their lives for decades. But this year, Robert doesn't want to be reminded of what has happened since they last met. And neither, for quite different reasons, does his granddaughter Katie. Neither of them is sure that they can face the party. But for both Robert and Katie, it may become the most important gathering of all." Now, I was very, very impressed with the writing of Barney Norris, as I said when I read his first book earlier on in 2017, so I'm really very excited about this book coming out. Another book that's due out on the 11th of January. The 11th of January is shaping up to be something of a power publication day in January. 3 great books already coming out on the 11th of January. The next one is a book called Lullaby. This is published by Faber, and it's by Layla Slimani. It's a bit like a literary thriller. So this is fiction in translation. It's translated by Sam Taylor, and the blurb is, "The baby is dead. It only took a few seconds. When Miriam, a French-Moroccan lawyer, decides to return to work after having children, she and her husband look for the perfect caretaker for their 2 young children. They never dreamed that they would find Louise, a quiet, polite and devoted woman who sings to their children, stays late without complaint and hosts enviable birthday parties. The couple and nanny become more dependent on each other, but as jealousy, resentment and suspicions increase, Miriam and Paul's idyllic tableau is shattered. Lullaby, a #1 bestseller in France and winner of its most prestigious prize, is a compulsive, riveting and bravely observed exploration of power, class, race, domesticity and motherhood." So that sounds absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to get my teeth into that one. Next up is another debut novel, also published on, guess what? The 11th of January. 11th of January is going to be a super day for publishing books. This is a brand new debut novel from C.J. Tudor. This is called The Chalk Man, and here is a little video about it. And the press release for this says, "We all have fears we hide from, but in the end they will find us. The chalk man is coming. None of us ever agreed on the exact beginning. Was it when we started drawing the chalk figures, or when they started to appear on their own? Was it the terrible accident, or when they found the first body?" Now, I think this book is going to be, I think the Chalk Man is going to be one of the talking points, one of the most talked about books in the first part of the year. So again, I can't wait to get hold of a copy of this. So that was the Chalk Man from C.J. Tudor, published by Penguin and available on the 11th of January, and you will find all the books from today's video listed in the show notes below. Well, that's it. That brings us to the end of another video. I will be back on Wednesday night. So until then, Happy New Year. I hope 2018 is an absolutely brilliant year for all of you, as I'm hoping that 2018 will be a great year for this channel, for all the other channels that I watch, and everyone that watches these videos. Have a brilliant 2018, and I will see you back on Wednesday. So whatever you're doing this week, enjoy your books, and I will see you back on Wednesday for another BookTube video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.